take it, but I need to put in some commands, so probably not.
I'll let you focus. We're going to have Aftershock on the T side and Vertex starting on CT. So pretty keen to see the way that this game goes. It obviously is a double elim bracket, so they're going to have plenty more chances anyway. Um, Kicking this round off, looking like a pretty slow one for Aftershock. So you might even be able to get back and watch this pistol because they're kind of just defaulting on the T side. PZ's looking for some map control. Just imagine him running around long.
Alright,
There you go. We're in.
we're in, hopefully.
Gorgeous. Yep. You'll love to
Hopefully it's
see
all
it.
working.
The
Hopefully it's all working.
name might not be correct on the HUD, but that's neither here nor there.
Alright, we can reload the HUD, and hopefully that will fix it.
Getting some of the gamers walking up connector, looking for a bit of map control. Aftershock just, like I said, kind of defaulting on the T-side pistol, working the middle of the map, getting a little bit of control, seeing if they can go in towards bathrooms. They got 2 sets of the utility, so we'll keep an eye what kind of an exit, whether they want to throw like a proper full exit on the site and actually commit, or whether they want to throw a little bit of a double pump. It's obviously something you can do. They're going to flash their way out B, and looks like they're going to kick off a bit of an exit straight up short B. Double nade, though. That does a lot of damage.
Indeed. Already Hugh and Valhalla down relatively low. Malta tries to defend and can't do too much about that. And already I can see we don't have the death notices on, but we'll get that one sorted out at the end of the round. Nikez and Addict are going to try and clutch this one out for Team Aftershock, but it's now down to the 1-on-2, and PZ all on his lonesome. His position should be known by Nikez, and that will be that already. A good start to the round and a good start to the series for Team Aftershock.
Yeah, I really like the, slower approach to the T-side pistol. A lot of people really love their kind of set pistols where they're just kind of, relying on the set pieces and the util to go well and get those quick entries. But Aftershock, a bit of a slower approach on that T side, even though they get double naded as they go into that execute. They ended up trading out. They ended up with that 2-on-1 and taking contact in the player in water. Did very well for themselves. VERTEX are going to force up though. Not going to let this one go by the wayside. Going to fight for that economy control early on. Aftershock are just going for a 3-1-1 though. Hugh going for some short B control. The rest of the boys working party, seeing if there's any aggression. They got one at the back of connector. Early duel here in short. Could be very good for Malta at this range with the 5-7.
Indeed. Gonna have a bit of a quick peek around the corner and does connect. And still don't have those death notices on, which is rather unfortunate. But again, early days, we'll work it out, Pilski. Don't you worry about that. PZ with the scout, going to do a little bit of damage there onto Ricky. Obviously, the force fire coming through from VERTEX in this round, so they do want to be getting a bit of damage done, and he certainly is doing that. There goes another one. PZ has just gone absolutely ballistic with that scout. 3 kills already for him, and that will be probably the end of the round for Team Aftershock, unless Addict can sort something out.
In a bit of a rough situation, 1v4 in the bathrooms, not a whole lot of HP to work with. It's going to be a big economic swing for VERTEX. They pick up this round if they can survive with all of these players with armor. Oh, they're actually going to drop one of those rifles, so Valiant's going down. It's not like this is unwinnable for Addict, honestly. He is ahead of the rotation timing. 2 of these players on VERTEX are pretty low.
Yeah, he does manage to get himself into the site. 28 HP, already finding himself one. But is he aware there's the second player close? And is that going to give the timing to Brace to just creep his way forward? Looks like it has, but Addict still able to hit the shot. And now, down to the 1-on-1 against his old team. Does manage to clutch it out. Not quite. PZ, good enough with that AK. 31 HP. And we'll get the defuse. And that, of course, is the force buy win for VERTEX.
Came right down to the wire, though. Addict really giving that one a good crack, which would have been some good revenge against his old team. Obviously, is, somewhat of a grudge match. Bit of a difficult position you put in if you're Addict, so you used to play for VERTEX. But I think, whenever one of those players on the Renegades roster or of that kind of caliber of experience becomes available, it's a bit of a no-brainer to pick them up. So making a bit of way for him. Aftershock, they're going to give this force back a little bit of a crack here. And VERTEX going to try to deal with that anti-force. Aftershock again, just really preferring this slower approach. Taking their time, working the map, smoking off connector. Good opener from VERTEX, but does get traded back.
Well. Once again. Back to a bit of an awkward buy kind of a round. Neither team really willing to let go control of the economy just yet.
Again, slow approach in the 4-on-4. Keep an eye on these mid-round aggressions from VERTEX. See if they can turn this round back around in their favor. They don't have a whole lot of info. They're just playing that two-man setup on B, jump spotting short A. It's really going to be on PZ to make something happen, but there is good spacing from these Ts as they come out bathroom, Jordan.
PZ does have an AK in hand, but unable to do a whole lot with it.
Yeah, back into a 3-on-3. No util, handful of MP9s. Going to have to be multi-frags with those MP9s and a whole lot of work getting done by these VERTEX boys if they're going to make something happen. Execute slowly starting to come in, and it is just 1-for-1. So that's been a great thing from Aftershock, just been the great spacing they've shown time and time again. Haven't cleared out this truck position, so should be plant denial for Malta. And VERTEX, just really, really good fundamentals, good positioning, staying on top of those rotations, and they're able to actually close that round out. So staying on top of the economy, no plant for Aftershock means that they can actually reset their money and finally force them back onto an eco. So here's a great chance for VERTEX to actually take control of this game, start to build up their cash, start to build up a little bit of momentum and a bit of a foothold on this CT side and give themselves a nice and early lead. But I'm already impressed with Aftershock's structure and patience on this T side, just working the map and their ability to space themselves correctly and take their time, considering the fact that, you know, it's only been a couple of months this roster's been together.
Yeah. Be interesting to see what this VERTEX roster can do, you know, obviously with those roster changes as well. Whether or not that's going to elevate them to the next level. And I think if that were to be the case, you'd probably want to be seeing them dispatch of a team like Aftershock in pretty convincing fashion. You know, obviously it's weird, right? Because this VERTEX roster is a bit of a newer amalgamation. You've obviously had a recent roster change, whereas Aftershock have kind of been around a little bit longer as a team. But we haven't really seen much from Aftershock just yet. So I feel like, you know, maybe there's an argument to be made that VERTEX could allow this one to go through to 3 maps or have a bit of a tighter series just because they're really only now just integrating Vexide and Valiance into the team. But maybe 2-3 months down the track, you'd probably want to be seeing them get this one over the line pretty comfortably with the caliber of roster that they've put together. I guess we'll have to wait and see. I mean, Aftershock, I don't think this is a bad team by any stretch of the imagination, but I am just wondering what's the peak going to look like for a team like this. Obviously, quite a few well-recognized players, but are they going to be a top 4 team? Are they going to be a top 2 team, for example? I think that argument definitely can be there already made for VERTEX, where we're not quite at that point just yet for Aftershock.
Round is just getting absolutely dismantled by the CT aggression from VERTEX, taking duels, confidence all over the map. A very clean looking gun round, which is going to start to skyrocket their CT economy. They're going to be able to continue putting full util on the board. I feel like the older versions of VERTEX, at least, that's where they become a much more dangerous team because, you know, they're definitely not the puggy end of the spectrum. This is a team that has great chemistry, knows how to work off of each other. Even with these couple of roster changes in, these players definitely very, very capable of running away with the game once they've got access to the utility to do so, and they could just start shutting down rounds with their protocols. All on Nickers. Not much to be done. Obviously, the bomb on the other side of the map, he's going to see how many guns he can take away from the CT side, try to chip away at that economy. If he does force, I mean, the loss bonus is really starting to tick up there. So if he does save, rather, so AK armor into the next round. If they do get some kind of a plant, then he could definitely, in round number 7, go for Galil armor or something like that. Maybe even AK armor if there is a plant in there. Not the worst save in the world. But the thing I'm more concerned about for sure, Jordan, is just how much cash VERTEX has. They're going to be totally fine to buy for the foreseeable future here. Going to be quite a while. So, you see my lovely face again?
Yep.
We are going to get a tap pause for Aftershock. So you're not really missing any action right now. They're just having a bit of a chat because this game has not started particularly well for them. And they're also in a weird position economically. These are the kind of positions where you have to have a really big think about like the long-term implications of your spending in rounds like this, where you do get this like one or two T players saving a couple of guys who can't really fully buy up. They're on like that 2.9 kind of amount of cash. Probably wouldn't be surprised to see like Deagles around the AK or something like that. Bit of a half buy. They're really starting to stack up that loss bonus, and then moving forward, they can go into a buy next round and give themselves an outside shot at winning this one with some cheeky utility or some good shots being hit.
Yep. All right. Well, I've tried to put the death notices on again, and we'll find out if that works when we get underway with this round. I'm still trying to figure out the X-ray as well. It's just. It's a whole shebang of things, isn't it? But it's good to see VERTEX kicking off this series pretty nicely. Obviously, CT side on Overpass, you'd want to be getting off to a good start like this, and they have been able to do so. Money is looking pretty solid for them at the moment too. So it'll be a real uphill battle for Aftershock to get this one going. And bearing in mind, this is Aftershock's map choice as well. The going only really gets tougher if they do falter here.
Really, this round is just about damage for the most part. Great spam through from Brace time and time again and towards this short position. He's found another pick through the wall, as well as just considerable damage. Some off angles being played as well out in the open here on pillar side. And this has been the last couple of rounds here. Aftershock need to get back to that position where they can start to punish some of these aggressive peaks from the CT side, where they can keep that spacing very, very nice, because it's getting to the point where VERTEX is starting to, it feels like, run away with the game, not only in terms of the economy, but they've just got the confidence to just peek out in the mid-round and take fights.
Oh, Hughes found himself an AK. And he's in the right place to do something with it. He's going to get boosted up on the sandbags. Hasn't spotted anyone else up inside of the window just yet. But Malta definitely keeping an eye on things, and he has the spider sense tingling. It'll open up the door for Brace and Valiant's Addict as well. He's going to go down, and Valhalla, the last alive, can't survive too much longer.
Aftershock are now playing this T-side on hard mode. It's going to take quite a bit of grind for them to get back into this half. It's only round number 7, but VERTEX have got 3 or 4 buys in the back pocket moving forward here. They can start to mix in the double AWPs if they want to go for that. Obviously, we have recently seen Valiance as a primary AWPer on order for a little while before he switched over to this VERTEX roster, but obviously didn't really feel like it was a role he was super comfortable in. But we'll see if he's going to be the secondary AWPer for this roster or not. Definitely a couple of candidates for it. Again, another slower, more defaulty round from Aftershock here. Bit of a 2-2-1 instead of a 3-1-1 this time. They're committing multiple players in towards connector, working the middle of the map. VERTEX a bit more focused on holding this B side of the map, leaning much heavier, maybe expecting a change up from Aftershock, a mid-round timing of trying to simplify things down.
A very slow round from Aftershock here. Not a huge amount of util for them to play with either, so if they're going to try to take some map control, maybe they'll just try to play the contact. A little bit of a flashover.
Oh.
Rek'Sai is going to be flashed back on out. Valhalla will go down and grab that trade. It is just the 1-for-1, which is not too bad for Aftershock, all things considered. Brace having also made a footstep right there. Maybe he has given away his position to Valhalla, who's just waiting patiently.
Yeah, just taking their time. Again, it's a good spacing, good protocols out of Aftershock. Had someone anti-flash who can deal with that mid-round flash play. Re-aggression going to be coming in here from VERTEX yet again, though. PZ on the line, able to take out Nikez on that AWP tool, and Brace is up close here, ready to take multiple fights. Even goes 1-for-1 there, but still just man advantages for VERTEX, further extending it from the side as well, Jordan. All over it.
PZ wants to try and wrap this one up without too much more of a loss, but Hugh does make it a little more expensive than he might have been able to otherwise. Still, 6-1. I think VERTEX will be happy with proceedings regardless.
Another AWP game on Overpass from PZ, 11-2. Not having too bad of a day at the office at all. Money basically untouched for VERTEX. They reset Aftershock yet again, put them back on the half buy. So we'll see if they've got any cute plans here. Obviously, they are pretty Tech 9 heavy and Mac 10. So I'm assuming some kind of a quicker play. Looks like it's going to be a pop play towards the B site. See how VERTEX is able to defend.
Valhalla on his way in is not quite going to be able to find the entries. Good counter flashes coming out from the VERTEX lads, courtesy of Vexite, and that pretty much makes short work of the rush of Aftershock.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about with VERTEX when we say they've got very, very good protocols, able to shut down those more kind of obvious rushes, play those anti-half buys, anti-ecos correctly. It's great counter utility. Aftershock now slowing things down, seeing if they can utilize any gimmicks to find themselves a pick, take some more guns out of VERTEX's hands before this round's done and dusted.
Well, I mean, Aftershock, they're definitely not going to try and let this one fall by the wayside for free, but unfortunately not finding too much out of the round. And this is good, really good positive early signs from this new look VERTEX. I'm liking what I'm seeing. I was honestly a little bit surprised to see them making a change. I think they had a fair bit of success with that previous roster, and they were the kind of team I think that you sort of expected to see sticking together. They were the kind of the boys, so to speak. But, you know, you had Vexite and Valiance, and this team's starting to look pretty solid. So we'll see what the limit is going to be for this new look roster.
Yeah, still waiting. You know, I want to see them play Encore first to maybe take on a couple more of the more scarier teams. Aftershock is a good kind of soft test, I would say. You know, they're not definitely no pushovers, but so far not really showing up here. T-side Overpass. They're gonna try and get in there with another buy. Objective really swinging from trying to punish VERTEX economically to trying to crack in a couple of rounds, but that's not the start that they were looking for. Orbital goes the way of PZ. Really just taking over exactly what you want to see your AWP doing on CT side of Overpass, and VERTEX constantly changing up those CT setups. A two-man setup towards long with the anti-flash over towards the tree. But Aftershock at least fighting back a little.
Yeah, only that one player deficit. But again, we've seen VERTEX look really solid in terms of playing out these advantageous situations. I mean, their CT side has looked really solid. They've had good counter flashes. They've had good trading. They seem to be putting the players in the right places as well. So reading that gameplay quite nicely. That said, bit of a rotate coming through from Aftershock, because they'll send a couple of extra players down toward that B bomb site.
Just two apiece on the sites here for VERTEX. We'll see what kind of approach, who takes contact first. That's always what I'm keeping my eye on, whether it is going to be Addict on A trying to pull a rotation, or whether it's going to be these B players to take contact and Addict to try to come through with the lurk as the contingency. Smoke to delay from Malta, giving him some more room to play with as the clock really starts to tick down.
Well, Hugh already dropping pretty early on in the piece, and once again, you can just see that good, solid util that VERTEX have established on the B bomb site, and that's more or less going to be the end of that. Aftershock, still just that one round on the T side.
Bit of a shellacking so far. Not a whole lot coming out for Aftershock. They're again kind of staring down the nose of another half buy kind of territory. Unless you're really confident in your Galil forces up against the CT side that has much better utility and firepower than you have, then you're definitely looking towards the half buys here to see what work you can get done. And again, it's just down to pistols and util. Maybe a hero Galil on Nikez. Be a play towards B, waiting for that initial utility, maybe trying to pop onto the correct timing. But again, it's just these aggressions in the mid round that keep going the way of VERTEX.
Bit of spam there as well, does some damage to Valhalla, who'll try to make his way out. Can't land the headshot on the player at Toxic Barrels, but inevitably the grenade and the Molotov will be more than enough. So 4 on 3. Again, numbers advantage for VERTEX, as has pretty much been the case for the entire half thus far. And again, it's a round converted. VERTEX are looking supremely confident on this CT side.
Yeah, it's running away with the game. Unlimited money, unlimited confidence. Looking like they're leagues ahead of Aftershock in this matchup. Which doesn't fill you with a whole lot of confidence because I'm pretty sure this is Aftershock's pick. To double check on that.
It is Aftershock's pick, yeah.
Yeah, they played a couple of overpasses. Oh no, VERTEX picked Overpass. At least that's what HLTV tells me.
Oh, really?
Which would be surprising if Aftershock chose to start T side of their opponent's map pick. But
Yeah.
that's a bit the case. I don't know.
I mean, I'm looking at the veto in the actual Discord, and it does say Aftershock picked Overpass, so yeah. I'm pretty confident it's their pick.
Can get these things down round the wrong way, just like my words.
It's a good day today. It's fantastic. We're having a good time.
Yeah. I really like my producer today. He's a nice guy.
My producer, yeah, he's fantastic. Knows exactly what he's doing. Definitely should be producing more games for Counter-Strike. Love everything about him. Kind of hot as well. But this first half is not so hot from Aftershock, unfortunately. What did you think about this Aftershock roster? Like when it was put together, what was your sort of initial impression? Because I know this is the first game of Aftershock that we've actually cast. So disregarding what you're seeing now, what did you actually think about this team when they were announced?
I thought it's good. I thought it's a good team. And I think these are the kind of teams that you wish you saw more of because we know that we have the players with experience and pedigree that can definitely be mixed in with some younger talent and bring up more and more of these solid rosters. And Aftershock is the perfect kind of example of that. I mean, would love to talk about that round, but there's really just not much to talk about. VERTEX just taking duels with Ts who are full blind, taking advantageous timings and angles across the map at every single different part of the round, whether it's these mid-round aggressions like I've been talking about, whether it's the protocols to shut down the side execs, or whether it's just these util timings that they're able to come in when the round starts to slow down in these last, 10, 15 seconds, dying kind of portions of the round. They're able to shut things down with smokes, with mollies, with flashes, so kind of all over it, really.
Well, you'd want to be seeing Aftershock put together, at least another couple more rounds here in the first half. Otherwise, we might be getting a pretty quick map here. I mean, to be fair, we did start relatively late, so a quick map might be all fair and square.
Back on schedule.
Back on schedule for the boys. And it sort of seems like VERTEX is really trying to navigate that. Obviously, another round which is well and truly going their way. Really not a whole lot to say about it, is there? I mean, this has just been demolition. Every single bomb site that Aftershock tries to hit, they're getting dealt with quite comfortably. It doesn't really seem to matter where they go on the map. There's always an answer from VERTEX.
Much. No other real way to sum it up. Just been a really, really dominant half. Definitely not the best of Aftershock. We've even seen them take the last edition of VERTEX all the way to 30 rounds on this map a couple of months ago. Their results are definitely a lot better than they're showing in the server right now, and could just be a case of like hopping on 2 minutes before the game start time and not really being warmed up, not really having a cohesive game plan and getting all the boys on the same page, whereas VERTEX, obviously a team that is a little bit more all in to the idea of playing competitive CS, just coming off the conference and obviously putting this team together to be one of the best, if not the best in Australia. It's another one that goes the way of VERTEX pretty straightforwardly. Not too much to say about it. Clutch attempt was there, but doesn't really seem like a whole lot's going Aftershock's way. They're maxing out this loss bonus. They're really continuing to force this AWP on the T side, which kind of pigeonholes you into a bit of a slower play style most of the time. Working the map, holding the angles and whatnot. But at least for the time being, really haven't seen the AWP find too much impact for Aftershock.
Backside now starting to get up to his usual tricks. We saw this a lot when he was playing on order, trying to get aggressive on the top side of that map. And this time the B site actually gets cracked open in a sense. Aftershock have found the opening frag. That's Hugh that's been able to pick it up. But all of a sudden, Valiance chimes back on in. Nice helping flash in there from PZ. Brings it back to 4-on-4. I mean, you really felt like there was an opportunity for Aftershock to get into the bomb side off the back of that opener, but unfortunately, they've sort of just slowed down the pace and given the opportunity over to VERTEX to start to put in a bit of work themselves.
100%. These are the kind of rounds that you really need as Aftershock. I mean, they're 3-on-4 here. Need to group up and get the spacing right, maybe find some good entries, but Vexi on the aggression in the mid-round is probably not the sight you wanted to see if you're an Aftershock fan, and he's threaded the needles through Bathroom at the perfect timing.
This could go horribly wrong for Aftershock, and it certainly seems that will end up being the case. PZ already, oh wow, a double from him, and Vexi is of course there. Makes sure it's all easy peasy.
Yeah, so look, Jordan, I'd say maybe we'll work on the tech issues this game.
What's
probably
up?
the correct approach, because this is one of those games. We got one of those games where it's just 12-1. One team's kind of running away with it. Aftershock, old mates just got off work, you know. Arms are still tired from flipping burgers, which is the leading profession for esports players, as far as I've been told.
It's true. Yeah, I think we'll hopefully be able to get it sorted in the halftime break. Feel like we've found the root cause, but just going to need some time to execute it, Pilsy. You know how it is. Speaking of executions, Vexi, he's doing a bit of that. Another 2-for-1 favoring him. PZ is there to chime through with the third for-team Aftershock, and end of the day, it's kind of looking a little bit too easy for VERTEX right now. I feel like Aftershock might have mentally checked out of this half.
Yeah, trying to put the pieces back together in this 2-on-4, but already aggression on long, giving the CTs a contingency to wrap around through flower bed. They can play from this long side as well. Just have that one player up on the left side of site. Slow wrap in from the bathroom side. Aftershock going to go back and try to put PZ in through his paces, but crosshair placement from him is good. He does not miss today. And now it's just Addict without the bomb, 38 seconds, and looking like he's looking for damage as opposed to clutching the round, because he's not even really thinking about the C4 right now. But that is exactly the problem. Brace up close.
What does it matter? What does it matter? 16k on 4 members damage?
Yeah.
Who cares?
It's just the VERTEX, like, they're so fluid on this CT side. They're playing it exactly how you want to see it. Like, once you get into XVXs, even if you're not down in numbers, like just getting into XVXs, because there's so many lanes to hold on Overpass, so hard to hold those sites in a straightforward manner where like you're actually trying to hold the site itself. Like mid-round aggression is king, and even in that 4-on-2 where there's so many numbers ahead, you can see that aggression up through long, giving themselves more space to kind of hold the site from different angles, even going for that like contingency flank over through bathrooms. Last buy of the half from Aftershock is a very sad looking one. About 5 grenades across the whole team. Going to need to see some insane shots hit with the AKs here for any success to be found.
Ooh. There's already a pretty good one from Ricky. He's going to put the AWP in the hand of Valhalla, who is going to put that to good use as well. Hang on just a minute. Aftershock might be on for a second round. I don't know, a second round is probably not going to get us too excited, but at the very least, it'll give them one extra round to work with in the next half. It definitely seems like it's headed in that direction, but there are CTs still on A. Not for very long, though. Just Malta left alive, and he'll be dealt with pretty comfortably as well. So that'll be the end of the first half. 13-2. I think we'll take a short break, Pilsky, and hopefully we'll be able to sort things out in the meanwhile.
So you say you got a new one. I know that you're trying to believe that you can fake a whole scenario just to make me jealous. Your shadow keeps stalking, and we should stop talking. But we got that special something. Say it like you mean it, I won't fake it and believe it when I see it. But for now, I just be breathing, doing nothing. I won't cave in if you won't make a move right now. Oh, why do we go 360? You're hesitating, now it's busy. You know we always can go easy. Won't you let me know? Why do we go 360? You're hesitating, now it's busy. You know we always can go easy. You should let me know. Oh, I'ma be clear now. Patience is really not my key, but if you play your cards right, I might just think about it twice. Yeah. Say it like you mean it, I won't fake it and believe it when I see it. But for now, I just be breathing, doing nothing. I won't give in if you won't make a move right now. Oh, why do we go 360? You're hesitating, now it's busy. You know we always can go easy. Won't you let me know? Why do we go 360? You're hesitating, now it's busy. You know we always can go easy. We can go easy, boy. You should let me know. I've been giving clues and you're acting never sad and ironic. Everything we had promised ran out into a river filled with doubts. So let's be real, let's be honest. There's a line and we crossed it. You and I, we were great till we were not. Now I look at other people and feel bad about that. You keep working like cause you don't wanna come back. It's like we're alone even though we are attached. We should break it up before we do something bad. So why don't you sit down? We deserve better. Oh yeah. Our piece of heaven. Oh yeah. We deserve better than this cold touch. A love that makes the heart rush. We deserve better. Oh yeah. We did a lot in this darkness. Somehow we became heartless. You and I, we were great, but now we're not. No need to fight for this cause, no. Let's let go, let's move on now. You and I, we were great, but now we deserve better. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Our piece of heaven. Oh yeah. Our piece of heaven. We deserve better than this cold touch. A love that makes the heart rush. We deserve better. Oh yeah. We deserve better. Oh yeah. Our piece of heaven. Oh yeah. We deserve better than this cold touch. A love that makes the heart rush. We deserve better. Oh yeah. You and I, we're like dynamite. Got plenty of reasons to take you home. Shining bright with those diamond eyes. Ain't no way I'm ever letting go. Boy, I'll be loyal to you. No need for drama. Feel royal with you. Cry like Impala. Is it important for you? There ain't no bother. No, no. Ay, 1, 2, 3, just get over here. No need to be shy, no. 1, 2, 3, oh I want you near. I need you in my life, boy. Oh, I feel like you and me got this chemistry. One look at you and my heart explodes. Just let me be the one you keep. I'll be right here through the hot and cold. But I'll be loyal to you. No need for drama. Feel royal with you. Cry like Impala. Is it important for you? There ain't no bother. No, no. Ay, 1, 2, 3, just get over here. No need to be shy, no. 1, 2, 3, oh I want you near. I need you in my life, boy. Oh, I 1, 2, 3, just get over here. No need to be shy, no. 1, 2, 3, oh I want you near. I need you in my life, boy. Oh, I just come over. Won't you come closer? Yeah, just come over. Oh, oh. Ay, 1, 2, 3, just get over here. No need to be shy, no. 1, 2, 3, oh I want you near. I need you in my life, boy. Oh, I 1, 2, 3, just get over here. No need to be shy, no. 1, 2, 3, oh I want you near.
Hello everyone, welcome back. It is of course the DreamHack qualifiers for ESL Challenger Melbourne, and we're certainly looking forward to seeing how that's all going to shape up. But by the looks of things, we've fixed everything. I don't want to jinx it or anything like that, but I can see the crosshair, I can see the X-ray Pilsky. We just have to wait and see if we can get the death notices going, but hopefully this is all good. And anyway, back to the Counter-Strike, as is what we intended from the outset. VERTEX, they've been doing really good.
Yep, looking to pick things up off on the right foot. PC working that short B control, VERTEX just working connector, working that middle of the map, taking their time, got that 2 sets of util for an exec of some kind. Haven't pushed Valhalla off the line, but he's going to start rotating over towards that B side of the map. Potentially just jump spotting at bank because they've got that player pushed all the way through party with so much info. In comes this B hit though.
Yeah, Hugh already copying a little bit of damage, but surviving for the moment, and that's what's important. You have a couple of pieces of util getting tossed on in, but a 1-for-1 exchange initially. Malta looking for a little bit more. Does eat the headshot from Addict, who was completely unspotted by Toxic Barrels, and that's a very good pistol round to start things off for Aftershock. Exactly what they needed.
100% needed that pistol, or they were probably done and dusted for the half. So we'll see how VERTEX approaches this one. No plant means that it's going to be much harder for them to force up. You know, can't drop those AKs over. Probably could only go down to like pistols armor. So I'd imagine it's going to be the single save, single flash on PC. Look for a little bit of damage. Maybe take away a couple of guns if they can, and then buy up in the next round with AKs and util. Aftershock, see how much of an eco farm they can get going. Only the 2 MP9s, so those are the players that you really want to take contact anti-eco. But VERTEX now grouping up for this B pop. Complete retake B setup for Aftershock here, sitting right back on towards ABC and Heaven.
Yeah, I mean, there is going to be still some presence shown by Valhalla, because there's also there to do a little bit of damage, but I don't know if they're going to be quite able to deny that bomb plant. Brace just has gotten it down. Round obviously will not go the way of VERTEX, but I'd say they walk away from that pretty happy.
4 up, I'd say they're going to be very happy with that. Only really lost 1 MP9, so they've been able to hold on to the 3 rifles heading forward. The plant is great for VERTEX, though. Allows them to have a whole bunch more util, full belts of util heading into this round. Don't have to skip any flashes or when they're running the default or anything like that. Could have even gone like a glass cannon AWP if they wanted, or something like that. Maybe AWP light armor, but not going to be going for that. Aftershock now straight in towards this round. Going to go straight for the AWP. So they do have an opportunity to actually get some peaks here before the T-side AWP, if that's something VERTEX wants to go for, does come out. VERTEX is going for a 1-4, putting a lot of presence over towards Party and that A side of the map, but Ricky's already found first pick onto Brace, so really getting some value out of that AWP, kicking things off nice and early, just giving them the man advantage, and VERTEX not really having any map control to speak of, still well and truly back on their side of the map, walking through, seeing if they can get any boost shenanigans going and take some more map control before they probably go into one of these sites. Wouldn't be terrible to just contact into A or something like that on the timing here.
I mean, it might not end up being the quick and easy game for VERTEX that we thought it would be, and I suppose this is kind of where we're going to see them get abused a little bit if there are some inconsistencies, if there are some issues with Vexside and Valiant still kind of getting integrated into the system. Obviously, T-side is where that's going to start to come unstuck a little bit. CT tends to be maybe a little bit easier to play out in that respect, but Vexside and Malta now have to try to clutch out the 2-on-4. Bomb is there for Vexside. Ricky, though, watching for the peak, and he's going to be able to deal with that pretty comfortably in the end.
Yeah, Malta finds a pick in the meanwhile, though. Takes a lot of HP off of Hugh, who's only got that MP9. I think, honestly, like, more damage that Malta can do, the better. Obviously, no plant here for VERTEX. That means that they're probably going to have a tougher time putting a buy together. It seemed like Malta was aware of that off angle from Ricky, but couldn't quite put the pieces together for that one. So 3 alive for Aftershock is not too bad. They're starting to get themselves back into the game, but it's going to take a fair bit more work for them to make this a competitive game. I'd say up against a team of VERTEX's caliber, it's pretty unlikely they can bring this all the way back, but even just picking up some rounds after that shocking first half, it's going to give them some more momentum and give them some more belief in themselves as they move through this series, try to make things more competitive and start to get themselves warmed up, because it looked like they had a very cold start into this game.
It's still a long road ahead. I mean, a big mountain to climb. Race could find an entry here. Addict at least will be able to get that first frag, but does get traded down, so that'll be a weapon in the hands of VERTEX, and, you know, a player down already on that CT side, starting to see it kind of fall apart a little bit for Aftershock in this round. They do need to make sure they can lock this one down, and luckily Hugh, with that MP9 up against opponents that don't have any head armor, is able to put on a bit of a farm show. He's gone ahead to grab himself that M4 that was retrieved earlier. Oh no.
Starting to stack up. That's a great wallbang from PZ. 3 guns taken away from Aftershock. Just a half buy being invested here from VERTEX. So getting a lot of value out of that and really making Aftershock work for this round. Pop flash over the top from Ricky, trying to set up Valhalla for that duel, but he still doesn't win it. And now this is very winnable for PZ. He's got a belt full of util. Only 1 bullet needing to be connected by Ricky, but PZ throws a smoke over onto that A side, and he's going to walk down connector. It feels like Ricky's reading this though, Jordan.
Indeed he is. USP's out. And that'll be an easy one for Ricky. Good comms on the fact that PZ was low HP, but might maybe make the argument that that round got a little bit too close for comfort for Aftershock.
100%. Like they lost way too many guns against the half buy there. Need to be able to cement your CT side economy, especially when the T side has gotten this many rounds in the first half. Like they only need to break your money like once and they're putting you on the ropes already. So VERTEX well aware of that, getting a whole bunch of value out of that half buy, and now going to be heading forward with AWP. So both teams running AWP on both sides of Overpass here. Malta going to go and take some short B control. Work this part of the map with a little bit of help from Brace.
Yeah, I think if I'm VERTEX here, I probably want to nip this in the bud pretty quickly before it starts to get out of hand. I do recall in some previous iterations of this VERTEX roster, in fact, in matches against Valiance and Vexite, there was some really streaky CT sides in some of those games. And so maybe it is a world where the T side isn't quite up to scratch for VERTEX. And 13 on the CT side maybe isn't enough, or it is, or it'll be something similar to, you know, a very close scoreline, something like that. And if they do let it get a bit out of hand, right, money starts to build up on CT side. Aftershock gets some confidence back, build a bit of momentum in. Obviously, it is Aftershock's map choice, so a world where they're feeling confident still. Obviously, we don't know. We're not in the server. We're not talking to these guys, but I think you have to go into your CT side on Overpass with a degree of confidence if you've picked it.
Yeah, very slow, defaulty round for VERTEX. They start with the short B control, then just kind of spread out across the map, fanned out, looking for any mid-round aggression. That pop flash that doesn't catch Vexite there is a bit of a tell that someone's playing foul point, and he's able to punish that player. Valhalla pegs one back in the meanwhile, and in comes this A exec onto Ricky, Jordan.
Yeah, hasn't managed to hit that first shot, and that could be a little bit of a problem as those AKs start to encroach. Ricky on the third, able to deliver, and finds himself a second as well before being overwhelmed, but he's done more than enough. 8 seconds left for PZ. He's going to be able to get that bomb plant down, courtesy of the kill onto Valhalla. Puts it into the one-on-one against Nikez, but does he expect the long flank?
See, Nikez does have kit, but no smoke to be able to give him the coverage, and PZ can just set up this after plan in from bank or jump up.
Timing's worked out for PZ there as well. He's gotten into bank without being spotted, cleared out this rotation, and now really only needs to focus on the site. Nikez having a bit of a peek, both spotted and already some damage done there by PZ. None from Nikez as his time starts to fade away. PZ will get it done in the 1-on-2. And VERTEX will find their first round of the T side, and that might be the straw that breaks the camel's back for Aftershock.
Yeah, again, PZ just showing his worth. It's been one of the better AWPers in the region for a long time now. Tac timeout used by Aftershock just to chat through their options, of which they are very limited. Exactly like I was saying before, you can't afford to be losing that many guns to the half buy. And like I said, it's only going to take that one round where you get reset and you're already on the ropes. Vertex just need to complete an anti-eco and they're up 15-6. So Aftershock, really no room to work with. Even when they were picking up a few rounds, they're scraping through them, and that's not good enough for these CT side comebacks. CT side economy, obviously, so fickle, so fragile. If you're losing way too many guns, you're going to be put in a tough position at some point. And they know that they're so far behind now, they may as well just try to risk it. Try to go for a bit of a mixed bag force buy, and if they're able to win this round, maybe they can pick up a couple of guns. That's probably the best road back into this half, because if you're playing for map point, you got to win, what, 9 gun rounds in a row. It's going to get a whole lot harder if you have to do it in, gun on gun rounds against a T-side economy that's on that full loss bonus at some point.
Bit more aggression out in this round from the CT side. Aftershock pushing quite deep into the connector and out long. In the meanwhile, Vertex are just working their way up through Monster Tunnel, and there is only that one defender on B, which is Valhalla with an MP9. He's not going to be having a fun time in that duel, of course, against the AK and the Galil. And so he's dispatched of. Aftershock, well aware of the fact that short can be dirty. In the meanwhile, of course, not a whole lot happening for the CT side in this round.
Yeah.
It's Vertex just
shut down.
Yeah.
I think Vertex doing a really, really great job of kind of mixing in their aggression timings. You had that really slow, drawn-out, defaulty kind of round in the previous where they spread the map. They went short B control. They fanned out. They went and worked that A side of the map a lot longer. Took their time. Nice pick from Addict on the exit. Does get him a Galil. Still has full util. So probably wanting to hold on to that kit if he can, but caught by Valiant most likely. On that rotation back around through Monster side. Wanted to go for the round, but punished for doing so. But like I was saying, like really, really good mixing up their aggression, mixing up their timing from Vertex. That time they go for a contact out Monster. And when you're this far ahead on the T side, sometimes you really can kind of front run things and change up your approach time and time again. It can be quite risky to kind of try to steady ahead of the 8-ball as the CT side when you have no room for error at all. You have no economy behind you.
Well, last round, potentially, of the map, and Aftershock, I'm afraid it hasn't been a particularly impressive showing on their own map choice in this series. Obviously, it is still a best of 3, so there's a world where they can come back into it, but right now it's just not looking like that's a possibility. Vexite, a little bit too sharp in that scenario. And good individual performances from Vexite and Valiance as well.
Yep. I think Valiance, it's going to be good to kind of watch him try to go back into a role that's more comfortable for him than primary AWPing. I think Vexite and Valiance are kind of the two ends of the rifling spectrum, really. Vexite is like that aggressive end of the spectrum. Valiance a little bit more stable, anchory, supportive, but definitely has some clutch ability. Again, another contact out Monster. Does get caught by a nice HE nade. Great damage and takes out Brace as well.
Indeed. Valhalla going to have to do a little bit more, though, if he's going to win this game for Aftershock, and unfortunately he's taken down
a role that's more comfortable for him than primary AWPing. I think Vexite and Valiance are kind of the two ends of the rifling spectrum, really. Vexite is like that aggressive end of the spectrum. Valiance a little bit more stable, anchory, supportive, but definitely has some clutch ability. Again, another contact out Monster. Does get caught by a nice HE nade. Great damage and takes out Brace as well.
Indeed. Valhalla going to have to do a little bit more, though, if he's going to win this game for Aftershock, and unfortunately he's taken down pretty early on in the piece, so not much to be said there. B-bomb site starting to be encroached upon. Util getting tossed out as well by Vertex, really crossing their T's, dotting their I's, ensuring this is going to be a 100%er. You've got Vexite on the lurk as well for insurance if necessary. And it's really down to Addict hitting something with that 5-7. Can't do it. Valiance, another nice entry onto B. Starts to really wrap this one up quite neatly in a bow for Vertex, who does get a bit of a timing around that smoke, but again, not able to do enough. Grenade through. It's not going to go deep enough to damage Malta, really. And for poor old Hugh, a 1-on-3 with the Deagle. Not sure that this is going to be a very fun scenario.
Really? Refresh smoke right in front of him as well. Has to kind of try to thread the needle in terms of the timing because he's got no kit here, Jordan.
Already copping a couple of tags as well through that smoke, and Aftershock, they'll be walking away with only the 6 rounds in this map. 16 up already for Vertex, and that is going to be that. So not a whole lot to really talk about. Very, very solid stuff from Vertex, actually, Pilski. I was quite impressed by what I saw. Seems like they're integrating Vexite and Valiance quite nicely. And
Yeah.
looking forward to seeing what they can do on their map choice as well.
Yeah, 100%. I think, look,